What if the greatest winner of his generation has quietly become football's most fascinating failure? The last time José Mourinho, the man they called the Special One, won a league title was more than a decade ago. It was the 2014-15 season with Chelsea. 10 full years without a major domestic trophy. Even more staggering, 20 years ago, this same man wasn't just rising in European football. He was conquering it. Portugal, Italy, England, Spain. Wherever Mourinho went, he didn't just compete. He dominated. Trophies arrived like clockwork. His unshakable confidence wasn't arrogance. It was fact. Winning with Mourinho didn't feel possible. It felt inevitable. But football is brutally unsentimental. The man who once sat at the absolute peak of the game now finds himself stalked by a question that would have seemed ridiculous in his prime. Has José Mourinho been finished? To understand both his meteoric rise and painful decline, you have to grasp how Mourinho views management itself. For him, coaching was never merely about tactics, formations, or systems. It was psychological warfare. He didn't just prepare teams for matches. He reprogrammed minds. He built ironclad mentality, forged fanatical loyalty, and created an us-against-the-world siege atmosphere that turned good squads into unstoppable forces. Tactician, strategist, psychologist, and motivator, all in one charismatic and confrontational package. Zlatan Ibrahimović captured it perfectly. He said Mourinho made players feel like they were going to war for him. Wesley Sneijder went even further, saying his Inter players would kill and die for their manager. That level of emotional connection was his ultimate superpower. His rise in Portugal was explosive. At Porto, he wasn't just different. He was ahead of his time. Taking over a club with limited resources, he built a perfectly balanced squad full of hunger and discipline. In 2004, he delivered the ultimate shock, winning the Champions League against the biggest giants of Europe. It wasn't luck. It was calculated brilliance, intense organization, and a group of players who believed they could achieve the impossible. Then came Chelsea. Roman Abramovich had just bought the club and wanted instant success. Mourinho delivered. He ended a long title drought in his very first season. There was one clear hierarchy: Abramovich, Peter Kenyon, and Mourinho. No confusion, no politics, pure authority. He famously told Abramovich to sign Didier Drogba with a simple instruction: pay for him. Don't ask questions. The owner listened, and history proved Mourinho right. Drogba became a club legend. Mourinho's first spell at Stamford Bridge produced 2 Premier League titles and turned Chelsea into a genuine superpower. At Inter Milan, that control reached its absolute peak. He inherited a talented but fragmented squad and transformed them into a machine. The players bought into his vision completely. In 2010, he guided Inter to the Champions League title, completing an historic treble. For years, wherever he went, silverware followed. Even at Real Madrid, despite the intense pressure and rivalry with Pep Guardiola's Barcelona, he delivered a record-breaking La Liga title with 100 points. He famously won many El Clásicos and showed he could outsmart even the most possession-dominant teams when everything clicked. His ability to manage superstar egos while maintaining discipline was second to none. Then the game changed, and it changed against him. Modern football no longer wants all-powerful managers. Clubs prefer head coaches. Recruitment, data analysis, long-term planning, and transfers are now handled by committees, sporting directors, and analysts. Power has been deliberately stripped from the single figure in the dugout. This system protects clubs and smooths transitions when things go wrong, but it directly clashes with Mourinho's core strength: total control. He performs best when he shapes the entire environment: the dressing room culture, transfer targets, daily standards, training intensity, and club identity. When that control is diluted or shared, his magic becomes much harder to summon consistently. Look at Manchester United. The club was struggling after Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement. Mourinho arrived with huge expectations. He managed to win the Europa League and a couple of other trophies, but tension simmered beneath the surface. He clashed with the club's structure, the media, and even some players. He hesitated to fully trust younger academy talents, prioritizing experience and immediate mentality instead. In hindsight, some of those concerns about attitude and seriousness were valid, but in today's landscape of financial sustainability, heavy youth development, and profit-driven models, his win-now approach became increasingly difficult to justify. At Tottenham Hotspur, similar frustrations emerged. He was brought in to deliver silverware quickly, but the squad wasn't fully built for his style. Results were mixed, and his relationship with the board deteriorated. Then came Roma. The club approached him with a two-timeline demand: win now while developing the future. Financial restrictions limited big transfers, leading to disagreements over targets and squad depth. Roma did deliver the Conference League under him, his last major trophy to date, but it wasn't the level of dominance fans and the board expected. By the end, results dipped, and his tenure ended midway through the season. Even at Fenerbahçe in Turkey, winning the league proved surprisingly elusive, despite massive expectations and passionate support. Now at Benfica, results have been respectable, but not dominant. Sitting in second place, several points behind Porto, the pressure is already building on his 2-year contract. For a serial winner like Mourinho, anything less than titles feels like failure. Tactically, Mourinho has always been a pragmatist: organized, defensively solid, mentally ferocious, and extremely dangerous on the counterattack. His teams knew how to suffer together and strike at the perfect moment. But the game has shifted dramatically toward high pressing, possession dominance, structured attacking patterns, and intense impartial control high up the pitch. What once looked like clever, experienced game management can now sometimes appear reactive or even negative against teams that relentlessly squeeze space and overload attacking zones for 90 minutes. His personality, once a massive asset, has also become more polarizing. The same charisma, mind games, press conferences, and confrontational style that made him magnetic and unstoppable in victory now amplify criticism during lean spells. When results are good, he is a genius. When results dip, the same traits are labeled arrogant or outdated. So, is he truly washed? Not necessarily. Mourinho has always thrived in high-stakes, short-term environments where he can quickly impose his will and create instant belief. International football, with its limited training time and tournament pressure, could suit him perfectly. There have even been links to the Portugal national team over the years. Rumors of a sensational return to Real Madrid continue to swirl. Florentino Perez still values his ability to manage big egos, restore authority in the dressing room, and deliver immediate impact during times of crisis. After more than a decade without a league title, the question remains: is José Mourinho still the special one, or has he truly become the finished one? The honest answer is more nuanced. He isn't finished as a manager. but he needs the right environment again. One that grants him genuine control. The right mix of experienced and motivated players, strong backing from the top, and a club hungry for immediate success rather than endless long-term rebuilding projects. When those pieces finally align once more, the old magic can still ignite. The man who once conquered Europe with pure willpower and charisma may not be as far from greatness as the current narrative suggests. Football has changed dramatically, but true winners like José Mourinho rarely disappear completely. They just wait patiently for the right war to fight again.